morning. We are living in lockdown 4.0 and now we are hearing cases exponentially rising. We have entered the scene where the infections are rising in thousands, like it was happening in European and American countries. So, go out if only it is absolutely necessary. Economy will always be there, but you can be part of it if only you are alive. You can move the cogs of the economy, earn much, but if only you are alive. You can enjoy the fruits of hard work, accumulated wealth, your parents, your family, your friends, and your wealth, if only you are alive. My dear friend, you to be alive is the most challenging thing in this 2020. For a brighter future, you need to be alive. To see corona vanishing from this planet, you need to be alive. To get vaccinated against corona, you need to be alive. So, stay home, stay safe. With this, I want to introduce today's session, which is about kinds of adverbs. In the previous sessions, we have already discussed about phrases and clauses, compound and complex sentences. Again, we were talking about the various kinds of clauses, and today I have come up with a session about the kinds of adverb clauses. Yes, kinds of adverb clauses, which is quickly swept away in schools many times, and the questions baffle the students. So let's look at this, and with this, let's go. Kinds of adverb clauses, and this is the part 1 where I have covered 4 kinds of adverb clauses. And I am Smriti, and today's session, adverb clauses. So let's revisit the adverb clauses. The first one, the child was so poor that he had to work at a dhaba to feed himself. So, talking about the child was so poor, how poor he was, that he had to work at a dhaba to feed himself is the clause which is explaining how poor he was. Now, when we are talking about adverbs, we need to remember one thing, how to identify an adverb. Here you would say that so poor is an adjective. So how come it is an adverb clause? See, my friends, remember, let's revisit 3 ways of identifying an adverb. The first one, when a word describes a verb, that is adverb. When a word describes another adverb, that is also called adverb. And lastly, a word that describes an adjective is also called an adverb. So here we have 3 ways of identifying adverbs, and so are the adverb clauses. In this case, the child was so poor. Here, the poor is an adjective, and how poor he is being described by the clause that he had to work at a dhaba to feed himself. Look at the second sentence. I am ecstatic that you won the declamation contest. Now, I'm ecstatic. What is the reason? What is the, why I am happy? The simple thing is that she won the declamation contest. When the teacher entered the classroom, she saw some children engaged in fist fight. Now, talking about when the teacher entered the classroom, what was the time when the teacher entered? What did she saw? She saw that some children were engaged in fist fight. So a group of words having a subject and a predicate of its own that describe a verb in the statement is called an adverb clause. Now, since there are so many kinds of adverbs, so are the adverb clauses. We have time, place, manner. Time, when did the action happen? Place, where it happened. Manner, how it happened. Cause or reason, what was the reason why this happened? What is the purpose of doing this? Result or consequence, what happened as a result of which this has happened? Comparison, condition, supposition or concession. So let's look each one of them in detail. Adverb clause of time. It is introduced by a subordinate conjunction such as when, as, till, before, after, since, or whenever. Looking at the examples. I will go when I have finished my work. So, when will I go? When I have finished my work. So that is the time. Time is not always about 5 p.m., 10 p.m., 10 hours ago, a week ago, 2 months ago. Sometimes it is about some point, some condition when it was happening. So I will go. When can I go? When I have finished my work. As the principal entered, all the students rose to greet. I have not started training since I returned from trekking. Moving it away. So, I will go when I have finished my work. That's the first thing. I will go. When will I go? When I have finished my work. As the principal entered, all the students rose to greet. Now, when was it that the students rose to greet? When the principal entered the classroom. I have not started training since I returned from trekking. So, I have not started training. Now, this is since when I have not done training? Since I have returned from trekking. Next one. Adverb, some more examples. Adverb clause of time. Before you go, get me a glass of water. So, before you go, before you leave this place, at least get me a glass of water. Wait here until I return. Until when do I have to wait? Do you have to wait? You have to wait until I return. The next one. The snake danced while the man played flute. So, the snake danced. What was happening at that time? When the man was playing flute. So, both things were happening simultaneously in the same time zone. Next one. Adverb clause of manner. It tells us how it happened. Adverb clauses of manner are introduced by subordinate conjunctions such as, though, as if, or as though. Look at the examples. Do as you wish. How should you do? As you wish. The girl looked as if she wanted to say something. How did she look? How was she looking? As if she wanted to say something. Atul was sitting slouched as though he was hiding a gun in his pocket. How was he sitting? He was sitting a little uncomfortably. He was slouching because he was hiding a gun in his pocket. Last, treat others as you wish to be treated by others. So that's yet another one. Treat others. How should you treat? Just as you wish to be treated. The next one, adverb clause of place. This tells us where the action happened. And these are introduced by subordinating conjunctions like where, whence, wherever, or whither. The dog followed his master wherever he went. So where did the dog follow? He followed his master wherever his master went. Flowers bloomed when spring came. So wherever spring came, flowers bloomed at that place. Being new to the city, I don't know whether should I go. So since I'm new to this city, I don't know where should I go. The twins are inseparable. You find one where the other one is. So that's yet again, the twins are inseparable. You will find one where the other one is. All these sentences are telling us about place, where it happened. The next one, adverb clause of cause or reason. Adverb clause of cause or reason are introduced by subordinating conjunctions like because, since, as, that. Look at the examples. The child cried because he fell down and got hurt. So what is the reason of why the child cried? Because he fell down and got hurt. Because I owe you a treat, I bought this chocolate for you. So talking about what is the reason? Why have I got this chocolate? Because I owe you a treat. Since mommy says so, I will not go out. So what is the reason? Why will you not go out? Because mommy says so. Mommy is the reason here. I'm glad that you made my favorite apple pie. What makes me glad? What is the reason that I'm happy? Because you made my favorite apple pie. As he's member of organizing committee, he can't compete in contest. So, what is the reason why he is not allowed to compete? Because he is part of the organizing committee as well. So, for doubt classes or regular courses in English language, feel free to contact at smriti.percept@gmail.com. And Online courses with live classes are available. We are starting our fresh batch for English speaking course, which is a 3 months course. And there's a grammar capsule course for those children who feel that their grammar is weak, or for those people who are preparing for entrance examinations and they need to brush up their grammar once again. English language skills development program for classes 6 to 8, which covers your reading, writing, grammar, vocab, and conversation skills. Remember, it is very, very important to have a sound foundation in language. Otherwise, your literature, science, maths, social studies, economics, and many other subjects suffer just because you're not able to frame your answer. Many times what happens is you know the answer. You can explain very well in your mother tongue. But since you're studying in English medium schools, you are supposed to write your answers in English. And that is where you falter. Lack of vocabulary, lack of proper grammar, finding it difficult to join the ideas, suggestions, and everything into one single sentence becomes very challenging. So it's important that you do this course, English Language Skills Development, if you want to have a strong foundation in English. And dear parents, don't forget, language is the foundation of any person's expression. Your knowledge, your wisdom can only be expressed if you have a strong command over the language. Hence, I request you that if you find that your child is faltering in social studies or science for that matter, sometimes the word problems become a challenge for him. So make sure that you join this course for your child, or let your child join this course. Complete syllabus for classes 9 to 12, including reading, writing, grammar, vocab, and literature. And there are special classes for entrance exams and competitive exams, which are customized according to the syllabus of the exams the children are giving. You can also send me your queries on WhatsApp number 5 times 9 70338. That's my lucky number. So send me your queries on WhatsApp and feel free to contact me whenever you wish. With this, we come to an end of this show, this session, and I'll be happy if you post your queries. Sorry, I have been a little late this week in posting my session since I was a little occupied with some other work, so couldn't do it. But I hope this helps your children and you too. People who are interested in learning English speaking, they should know and understand that adding so many ideas, suggestions, conditions all together in a single sentence is difficult, but not impossible. If you know how to frame sentences, the various structures that I have been posting about are all about how to make sentences properly. So follow me, learn English, and very soon we are going to meet for live sessions also. See you. Bye-bye. And yes, before I go, next session is going to be about the remaining 5 kinds of adverb clauses. Stay tuned. Happy learning.